What's up, YouTube? It's been a little while since I made the last video on trucking, so I guess it's time for another installment. I want to welcome the new subscribers that have recently joined our group. We're moving up towards 50. Nice. All right. So hey, I tell you what, we're gonna do a little. I'm gonna have a giveaway. We're gonna try to get a push to 100 subscribers. Once we hit 100 subscribers, I'm going to give away something that has to do with trucking. And the way we're going to work it is, it's going to be sort of a scavenger hunt. And what I'll do is I'll put it all together. I'll make a video and put it out about how to play the game, how you can win the prize. That you must be a U.S. resident to win, and then you will have to provide. The winner will have to provide their an email address to me, email me, and provide a mailing address so that I can ship off the winning prize. And we'll do that once we hit 100 subscribers. So the push is going to be to get to 100 subscribers, and anyone who wants to play you can play as many times as you want. And it's going to be basically a scavenger hunt by going through the videos that I've made in the past and looking for specific clues and finding those clues and putting together and solving the puzzle basically that I'm going to create for us. Now in this video, I think when I last left you, we were back in Waco. That was a pretty interesting experience in Waco last time, because as usual, things are messed up there, as they always are, and nothing goes smoothly when you go to Waco. So I got there, and my order showed that the load was supposed to have been loaded the day before. When I checked in with the guard at the shack, I told him that there was a chance that my load was already preloaded, and he pulled out basically a spreadsheet paper that he had a list of the loads. He looked through it, he couldn't find that the load had been preloaded, so he sent me back to the back pad to wait, and said they would call me. So I'm like, okay, great. And it's just like I put in the video, probably wasn't going to get loaded until late or in the morning. Well, 8:30 the next morning, I got a phone call from the guard who said, oh, by the way, they just told me that you were preloaded. So interestingly, I drove by the trailer and it was already loaded the night before. So I sat a whole entire night and lost that entire night of driving because their disorganization there at Owens Brockway in Waco. But that's not unusual. That place it's always crazy. Now the bummer beyond losing the day of driving for me was, had I had that day of driving, I would have set a new all-time high mileage for a week for me, even with losing that day of driving. I'm going to move towards talking about what the subject of this video is going to be, because this is something that doesn't get touched on too very often. It has been occasionally, I've seen from other people's videos, but not often do drivers like to talk about how much they actually make. I'm not going to be afraid to show you how much you can make here. Okay, if you don't already know, when you come to Millis, brand new driver with no experience, just going through the training program, graduating that, and going on the road, your starting wage is going to be 43 cents a mile. I will tell you what my gross paycheck was for the week. Even losing that day, I grossed $1,940 for, I think, $40 or $48, something like that. So it was almost just shy of $2,000 for the week on a mileage driving of loaded and unloaded of 3,770 miles. If I could have got that day at Waco, I would have easily been over 400 miles. Or excuse me, 4,000 miles, not 400, 4,000 miles for the week. Imagine that, 4,000, that's driving, okay? I told you I've been driving my face off, and that's the reason why you're not getting a lot of videos out of me, is because, man, I'm driving, I'm putting in my 10, 11 hours a day usually, and I am shutting down, trying to unwind, get something to eat, relax for a couple of minutes, and then boom, it's lights out, man. I mean, I'm too tired to do really anything else when I'm running like that. And that's the mode that I'm in right now. I have not been in the mood to go home at all, although as we speak today, I think what is today? I think today is the 12th. No, it's the 13th actually. It's March 13th, and the last time I was actually home was February 10th and 11th, maybe, like for a day and a half. I went there just to go see my doctor, get my prescriptions picked up, and boom, I was away. So the actual last home time that was more like just a reset. The actual last home time that I had was all the way back at Christmas, during the week of Christmas, and the first week of January. I think I came back out on like January 5th or so. My birthday was like the 7th, so I came out just before my birthday. And I've been out since then. I haven't been home for any more than that one day and a half that I was home to see the doctor, get some lab work done, and pick up my prescriptions, and boom, I was on the road. I was under load when I did that stop. So I think I was coming down from Ashley Furniture in Wisconsin, and I was going to Mesquite, Texas to deliver that load. But fortunately, it had enough time in it that I had the opportunity to stop and do that. Of course, I arranged that with my dispatcher. But so anyway, I'm going to throw out my pay stub. I'm only going to redact probably, if there's anything like Social Security number, something like that in there that's any kind of critical personal information. But other than that, I'm going to leave it bare and wide open for you to show you. The only things I would point out is that first off, I do not take the company insurance because I don't need it. So you get a bonus for that. There's no safety bonus on that one because I think those are quarterly that those are paid off. So that the check could have been even higher if it was the time for a safety bonus. That shouldn't really count though, because if it's a quarter bonus, you have to average that amount over a whole entire quarter. But I know there's a mileage bonus in there for going over 3,000 miles. I think there's bonuses at different levels, like 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, maybe 3,500. I'm not sure exactly what all the breakdowns are, but I know they're mileage bonuses, and it goes up the more you drive. So there's that. I had the deductions for the school note, which is only $30. I have maxed out on my 401, so the biggest deduction is pretty much that and taxes coming out. There will also be something that's a little weird. I don't remember seeing this on their paychecks before. In the past, we kind of went to a new payroll system, I guess. They made some changes, and so our pay stubs look considerably different. And there's some things that are nicer, but there's some things that we wish we had from the old one that we don't have. Like, it doesn't show your year-to-date accumulated miles, which I wish it would. Another thing I wish it would have, or maybe there was a way to know this, and I just don't know it because no one's told me about it. But one thing is, you're supposed to earn a day and a half of home time for every week that you're out. Right now, I couldn't even tell you how many actual days I've earned up to this point, and what I've accumulated, what I've spent, and so what kind of what I have available. I think that would be nice to have something. Also, I think it would really be good if Millis would create an app that would have that. It would track home time. It would have your accumulated mileage for the week. It could have your payroll information. It could have your insurance information, your 401k information. I would like to have an app that just had everything on it in one-stop shopping, so that we could always pull that up. Even if it would be linked to our ELD, would be neat. If it could, we could, see hours, that we're gonna when you're trying to run on recaps, that it would show you, what your upcoming hours to be gained are. And stuff like that. It would really help towards planning things out. It would just make it really convenient, and if it was all in one place, and I don't see any reason why we couldn't, that couldn't be done. So if you're watching, Dan Millis or anybody from Millis, that if you've taken an interest in looking at drivers' YouTube videos, this is my suggestion, and you might find it in the suggestion box soon, because I think this would be fantastic to have, that. There's a lot you could integrate into that app, man. I mean, those are just starting ideas. There's a lot you can integrate in there information-wise that would just be super sweet to have. So, as we are now, we're where we are. I'm in eastern Ohio, near the Pennsylvania border, at a Love's, shut down for the night. On the way to Saratoga Springs, New York, to take a load to Essity that I brought from an Essity in Neenah, Wisconsin. These are both the first time I've ever been to these two Essities, so this was something you knew. Lately, seems like I've been going to a lot of new places that are different. Some of them are nice, some not so nice. I had a really a couple of close calls. Recently I had one today. I got a real pet peeve with idiot drivers, four-wheelers that do the stupidest shit in the world. But this one has to really take the cake today. We're in a 70 mile per hour speed limit zone on the highway here on 990 East. And there's this fool in like an Astro van with his four ways on, and he's doing 25 miles an hour in the right lane, and he's talking on his phone. Literally has it glued to his phone. The truck in front of me came up on him so quickly, and I don't know, his truck probably doesn't have the same equipment that ours do. And I'm going to tell you that these trucks that we have are awesome for the safety equipment that they have on them, man. I mean, I'm telling you, they will save your ass sometimes for things, because things happen super quick sometimes, especially when you're in like 70 mile per hour zones and people suddenly slow down or come to a stop for some stupid reason, like this fucking idiot who was, excuse the language, but I'm sorry, this guy is going to get somebody killed with what he was doing. He's just putting along in the lane, doing nothing but talking on his phone. He should have been over on the shoulder. The truck that was in front of me had to brake so hard and swerve around him. He had nowhere to go except on the shoulder to get around him. And you would think that the guy would realize, after he sees a truck and hears a truck braking and going around him on the shoulder and then passing him, and another one coming up behind him laying on the horn, that this guy would get the fucking clue and move out of the way. But no, he's he's still just driving down the lane, oblivious to the world, like a goddamn moron. Okay, and these are the people that you always just hope to see, a police car pull up and find this fool and pull him over and, just read him the riot act before writing him about 10 different tickets, and, maybe revoking his driver's license. Because, I mean, this was just insane. It's insanely stupid. And you have this stuff happen all the time with morons out here who have no respect for these trucks, or, the idea that, oh, hey, good luck stopping 80,000 pounds, in less than 6 or 8 football fields, because I decided that I need to get around you. I'm going to pass, I'm going to fly by you, and then I'm going to cut right in front of you, and then I'm going to lay on the brakes. I just don't get it. I don't understand where these people, I don't know what they're thinking. It's just insane. Anyway, that's going to be the end of my rant for that, because, if you come out here and you do this, you're going to see this stuff. You're going to see it all the time. You're going to see, and you have to really be on your game when it comes to, doing evasive driving. You need to really, really be, good with your skills with evasive driving, because you're going to have this stuff happen all the time. So what else is in there? What else is there to talk about for me? It seems like I had a lot of stuff that I really kind of wanted to throw out here, but I don't want to get too long. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cap it off right here, and we'll save it for the next. I'll plan it out. Now, I always do these off the cuff, just so you know. Okay, I shoot these videos with no script, no plan. It's not like I even sat and usually I have like one idea pop in my head, and I'll say, okay, I'm just going to throw a video together. So I don't have a script. I do one take. I don't do reshoots or any of that. Whatever mistakes I make, you see them in here, because that's how life is, man. It's not like what you see on TV, right? You don't get redos and reshoots and stuff. You get one chance, man. Somebody pulls in front of you and lays on the brakes, or somebody cuts you off, or runs you to the shoulder, or crowds you out of the lane, man. You got to learn to deal with it, and that's the reality of the world out here, man. That's trucking. It is a crazy place out there. So don't be afraid of it. Just learn everything that you can, to do it. And for those of you guys that are experienced drivers, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You've been dealing with this crap for as long as you've been driving. And I have ultra respect for you, all professional drivers out there. And I'm talking about the real professionals. And the difference between the ones that are actual professionals and the ones that we got out here that they have no business being behind the wheel of a truck at all. Because you see it every day. You see it in truck stops. You see it on the freeways. You see it on the roads. You see it everywhere. Okay? So just, get your head in the game. Learn what you need to learn. Pay attention. And understand those are really, really important skills to master, man. It's just even more important than the backing, which, I'm always complaining about, the backing. It's still my least favorite thing to do, but I'm getting better at it. So there's that. I've had some some tough places to get in and out, and sometimes some places that are, that I've been to a couple of times now that I hate going to, and one of them is our own dang warehouse, which it's just, I don't know, it's just whatever reason I struggle to get backed up in there, and there always seems to be this one spotter who's always there waiting for me. I mean, this guy's got to have like amazing patience, because he could tell, he's just like, man, is this dude ever going to figure it out? But I don't know, he's never said anything to me. It's just that look on his face like, man, I'm tired of waiting on you, dude. Get it sorted out. But whatever, it is what it is. So our trucks are, I always say that too, it is what it is. That's my catchphrase, right? I noticed that in one of my videos, and I said that about 3 or 4 times. I think it was the speaker, the subwoofer repair video. But hey, that worked out really well too. Sound is definitely made a difference, made the truck a lot more pleasant. You don't know how much you miss that bass until you don't have it. It's like everything else, you don't know what you got until it's gone. Well, anyway, rambling on again, we'll get out of here. You guys keep tuning in. Share this channel with other people, that are thinking about getting into this and thinking about Millis and stuff like that. Not just because of my channel, but I've linked to other channels that from other drivers like Ryan Nickerson and Scott Rush and stuff. So and Pebbles on the Beach and stuff. There's other channels that are out there that have really, really good information. You can see what's going on with them and their experiences. The 3 of us are pretty new. Ryan has been around the longest now. He's, I think, in like month 9 or 10 or something like that. And Scott is really about the same time as me. I actually should be ahead of him, but I took that month off to go to Europe, so otherwise I got behind him. But anyway, we all are sharing videos of our experiences and stuff, and hopefully you can pick up something that's useful, for you and your adventure in trucking. And be sure to tune in for the information about the giveaway that's coming up for getting to 100 subscribers. Y'all take a great, good God. Y'all have a great day. We'll catch you next time on the flip side. Whatever. Goodbye.